Hi guys, and welcome to another video. And in today's video lesson, we're going to be looking at grade 12 maths calculus, finding the equation of a cubic function given the x-intercepts. And the question that we're going to be looking at appeared in the February-March 2014 paper 1, and it reads as follows. Question 11. The graph of f of x equals to minus x cubed plus ax squared plus bx plus c is sketched below. The x-intercepts are indicated. So a cubic function, as you can see, standard form is ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. Now that's a standard form, and we are required in this question to find the values of a, b, and c. So let's have a look at it. You can clearly see that the x-intercepts are given to us. 1, 2, and 4. And I'm also going to show you in this particular video how to find the turning points of a cubic function and also to answer a question on the derivative of a cubic function, which will be a quadratic function. But remember that the derivative or the gradient of a function will indicate where this particular cubic function is increasing or decreasing. Remember that at the turning points, the gradient of the function is equal to 0. But a little bit about that later on in this video. So let's start with the first question. 11.1. Calculate the values of a, b, and c. So a, b, and c. So they're asking you basically to find the equation of this particular graph. So let's do that. The formula that we need to use is the following one. So we're going to say y equals to a into x minus x1, x minus x2, and x minus x3. So this is the cubic function in the intercept form. So let's have a look at that. A is already given to me. As you can see, a is equal to minus 1, which is the coefficient of x cubed, which indicates that this function is a decreasing function. And as you can see, the function starts off by decreasing. So you will have a negative gradient there. And then between a and b, it has a positive gradient, so it's increasing there. And from b onwards, the gradient is negative. Now, to basically check out the gradient is you must be able to draw a tangent, and if the line slopes in that particular direction, you'll be able to say whether it has a negative or positive gradient. But let's get back to the question. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to substitute all our values. So a is negative 1, so we'll put minus 1 there. X minus x1, so x minus 1. Remember, the root is equal to 1, so the factor will be x minus 1. If you take that and solve for x, now you'll get x equals to 1. The root is 2, so the factor is x minus 2. The root of the x-intercept is 4, so the factor is x minus 4. And now all we left to do is open out these brackets. So minus 1, now don't forget board maths, that we have to only take in minus 1 after we've opened out all these brackets. Remember, board maths is brackets of multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So let's open out these brackets here. So x times x now will give us x squared. And then we'll have minus 4x and minus 2x is minus 6x. And minus 2 times minus 4 is positive 8. So now we'll have a binomial times a trinomial, minus 1. Here we got x cubed. So x times x squared is x cubed minus 6x squared plus 8x minus x squared plus 6x minus 8, which will equals to, let's simplify before we take minus 1 in the brackets, x cubed. There will be minus 7x squared. Here we will be left with positive 14x minus 8. Now we can take minus 1 to the brackets, which gives us minus x cubed plus 7x squared minus 14x and plus 8. So what can we now conclude? We can conclude that this particular function f of x, therefore f of x is equal to minus x cubed plus 7x squared minus 14x plus 8. So you can see that the y-intercept here will be positive 8. So that's the first question done, 4 marks. Calculate the x coordinates of A and B, the turning points of F. Now learners, to find the coordinates of your turning points, remember that at your turning points, the derivative of your function is equal to 0. So therefore, for 11.2, we're going to say f prime x equals to 0, and we're going to solve for x. F prime x equals to 0. Now let's solve for x. We're going to find the derivative here using the rule. So that'll be minus 3x squared plus 14x minus 14 equals to 0. So minus 3x squared plus 14x minus 14 equals to 0. Now when it comes to factorizing of a quadratic equation, and if you look at it now, if you got minus 3 plus 14 and minus 14 as your values for A, B, and C, in the examination, I suggest you using the quadratic formula to get your values for x. So you can basically do this. So here we're going to go to 3. So let's put in our values here, negative 3 and 14 and minus 14. You can use the quadratic formula. It's the same thing. X equals to minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So this will now give us, and as you can see, our roots are irrational, so we have to use the formula in any case. So if you look at that, we'll round to 2 decimal places. 3.22, we'll say x equals to 3.22, or x equals to 1.45, 1.45, and here what we'll do is we'll just say x equals to minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, and then just let's show our substitution here. So that'll be minus b, which is 40, plus minus square root of b squared, which is 40 squared minus 4 minus 3, and c is minus 14 all over 2 times minus 3. Now make sure that you show all of these steps, because that's very, very important for you to score your marks in the examination. Now they only ask for the x coordinates, as you can see. So question, calculate the x coordinates of A and B, the turning points of F. So that's done. For which values of x will f primed x be less than 0? Now for this particular question, f primed x, so they're telling you f primed x less than 0 for which values of x? I've already done it here. So if you look at it here, you're going to have a negative gradient. Therefore, f primed x will be less than 0. So what's this coordinates of A here? So we already worked it out. And that will be 1.45, 1.45, and they didn't ask for the y value, so I'm not even going to put it in there. And b value is 3.22, so I'm going to write 3.22. Remember now that if you are required to find the y value, we'll substitute the x value into the original equation, which is f of x. And there's it here, we found it here. Okay? Right, so where is this function going to be decreasing? And that's the question. So it's going to be for x less than this particular value. Remember, it has a negative gradient here. The function is decreasing it. So that's what they want to know. And also it's going to be decreasing. So your answer is going to be x less than 1.45 and x greater than 3.22. So let's write that down. 1.45, 1.45, or x greater than 3.22. Let's double check. X less than 1.45. Yes, that's fine. And x greater than 3.22. There's it there. And that's the solution to this particular question. Learners, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to JR Maths, like my Facebook page, Justin Lazarus Mathematics, and also you can watch all videos in order of the work schedule on jrmaths.com, and I'll catch you in the next video.